There is a significant presence of security forces at the Court of Appeal headquarters in Abuja, where the Presidential Election Petition Court, PEPC, is set to deliver judgments on 3 petitions aiming to challenge President Bola Tinubu's tenure. Heavily armed security personnel from the Nigerian Army, Nigeria Police Force, NPF, and the Nigeria Civil Defense and Security Corps, NCDSC, are positioned at all entry points to the court premises. Additionally, Department of State Services, DSS, officers equipped with detailed lists, are carefully verifying the identities of individuals entering the area. The court had previously issued a warning that only accredited individuals would be allowed access to its premises, instructing its staff members to remain at home. Nevertheless, the court has granted permission for live broadcasts of its judgments regarding the 3 petitions. The 5-member panel of the court, led by Justice Harunat Samani, had approved the cases for judgment on August 1 after all parties had presented their final briefs of argument. These petitions, identified as CA/PEPC/03/2023, CA/PEPC/05/2023, and CA/PEPC/04/2023, were filed before the court by Mr. Peter Obi, the Labour Party, LP, candidate, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, a former vice president and candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and the Allied People's Movement, APM, respectively. On March 1, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, had announced the victory of President Tinubu from the ruling All Progressives Congress in the presidential election that took place on February 25, surpassing 17 other candidates in the race. It declared that Tinubu scored a total of 8,794,726 votes to defeat the 2 major contenders, Alhaji Atiku of the PDP, who came second with a total of 6,984,520 votes, and Mr. Obi of the LP, who came third with a total of 6,101,533 votes. Dissatisfied with the outcome of the election, both Atiku and Obi approached the court to invalidate it. The duo, in their separate petitions, claimed that they won the presidential poll, even as they challenged Tinubu's eligibility to contest the election. The petitioners, aside from praying the court to declare that President Tinubu did not secure the majority of lawful votes that were cast at the election, are equally seeking the withdrawal of the certificate of return that was issued to him by INEC. Alternatively, they are praying the court to order a fresh presidential election, with the exclusion of President Tinubu, whom they argued was ab initio not qualified to participate in the poll. Vanguard had reported that the Electoral Act 2022 made it mandatory for candidates that were aggrieved by the outcome of the election to, within 21 days after the result was declared by INEC, file a petition before the court, which shall deliver its judgment in writing within 180 days. The court had concluded its hearings for both Atiku and Obi's petitions on July 5. During the proceedings, Obi presented his case by calling 13 witnesses who provided testimony and submitted numerous documentary exhibits. In contrast, Atiku brought forth 27 witnesses and submitted exhibits to support his case. On the side of the defense, both INEC and President Tinubu concluded their presentations in both cases with just 1 witness each, while the APC chose not to produce any witnesses for the court. However, in their respective written addresses, all the respondents urged the court to dismiss the petitions on the grounds of lacking merit. They argued that the petitioners failed to meet the burden of proof required by the law. Despite raising allegations that contained elements of criminality, the petitioners were unable to prove them beyond a reasonable doubt, as mandated by the law. President Tinubu called upon the court to affirm his valid election victory, as declared by INEC.